we're a few days in now. Has it been quite surreal the last few days, and how much of a whirlwind has it been for you? Because I'm guessing you had very different plans this week to the way that it's played out.
Yes, absolutely. I think that whirlwind is more like a tornado. It was that quick and that direct. I think that because of the situation, these decisions had to be made almost instantly, not to be thought about for too long. And then, of course, you always have a negotiation, and that negotiation was swift and precise in all terms, not just with me, but obviously with Carl and Robbie. Really enjoyed it up to now, and I've enjoyed the response of the players, and I've enjoyed talking to the players on many different levels about what went wrong, what can we do better, how can we approach it better, and then the staff coming together doing a similar thing, and then me, Carl and Robbie planning out what we need to do in training terms of what we need to do to get the best team out against Manchester City.
What were you doing when you took the call, and what was the conversation that followed like with your wife? Because you've already told us that she has to give the green light.
She thought it was a joke. At first, you're winding me up, like you mean. So, and then you're not going, are you? So, it's Leeds, isn't it? You know. So, the phone call came, and then it's real. And I just said, I'm off, like you mean. She said, well, I didn't expect anything else from you. So, you know, that was it. You know, so. Just
how much have you missed it, and how have you been filling your time between West Brom and now?
Well, I thought I'd finally found a right good niche in terms of my podcast, and that has been relatively successful. So that it's about getting out of the house. There's all that exercise stuff, but exercise is incredibly boring when you're on your own walking. You can get your 10,000 steps in, like you mean, you know. So I might get more than 10,000 steps just walking around here, just looking at doing the play without even knowing it, like you mean. So yes, it's and then obviously the most important thing and the most relaxing and the best thing about that is how many holidays we've had. So to go to places where we've never been, as you can tell by the tan.
Have you been anywhere nice? Where's your best destination?
I was just back from the Caribbean on a cruise with the family, like you mean. So. You know, had it come any sooner, I'd have been in real big trouble, because I'd have had to miss the cruise, and the wife and family would have had to go on their own.
Your press conference on Wednesday, I think it's fair to say it was quite entertaining. You made one or two headlines as well with your comment about being as good as Pep, Klopp and Arteta. Is that a strong belief in your mind that maybe you don't get enough credit for the innovations?
It's never really about credits, and just about my own belief. What opinions people will have after that are really not, or would not really particularly interest me. But I have given someone to talk about. I made life easy for all you lot because I gave you a really good headline, like I said at the time. So I thought tactically it was pretty good. But in my own beliefs, yeah, you know, so you don't stay in the game as long as I've stayed in the game and had over 1,000 games as a manager without having that belief. So, you know, I hadn't planned it, but of course that's me. Instinctively, can operate on a basis of there and then.
Phil Foden, that's the 1,000 under Pep Guardiola.
Do you feel as though if you were in charge of that group that you could also get them challenging for the treble?
Well, absolutely, because I mean the players make you a really good manager and good coach, and then your job is to be able to communicate with those players, of course, and I think that it's, I wouldn't say easier, but it's a lot more enjoyable. But you still see the worry and the pressure on Pep's face, because you know that the demand is so much higher, You know, our demand is to try and stay in the Premier League. His demand is how would they see Man City as failure? Well, if it didn't win the league or only won one cup competition, that would be a poor season for them, you know. So we all have our own pressures, but to deal with the highly quality players that they have is a dream come true for you as a coach.
Everybody talks about you when you come into football clubs in this situation and says that Sam will get them organised, Sam will sort them out defensively. So how do you do it, and what have you done since you came in here? Has it been quite detailed?
Well, it's been pretty straightforward in terms of it's like as many times you do, it's not just off me, off many managers, would be going back to basics, you know, and of course getting the basics right, particularly defensively, then gives you a stable footing to try and get the results that you need. So, you know, organising the team collectively when we're out of possession. Obviously, the back line is extremely important, and the goalkeeper. So you just hope that, particularly in those areas, they're the ones who can make the fewest mistakes.
And Erling Haaland, born in Leeds, you can have a word and see if he'll go easy on your team
If he
tomorrow.
ever thought of coming when he was younger.
It's been talked about.
It's too late now, isn't it?
But how would you stop him? Sam Allardyce, the player, what would you have done?
Well, I would talk to everybody, all the midfield players and that, like, you know, about cutting off the supply. You know, that the more we can do that, the quieter we keep him. Like, I mean, the more frustrated he might get, and he might wander off deeper and deeper and deeper looking for the ball. So, you know, that would be my information, my communication to the players in front of me and the players who are playing in front of me, by saying, you know, don't make it easy for that player on the ball to pass to the most dangerous man on Manchester City's team.
And you mentioned the other day when you came in that you'd had lots of messages. Any that really stand out?
I'm not telling you about my
Sir Alex been in
messages.
touch?
And, there's Sir Alex has, and there's a lot of messages, yeah, hundreds. So if I haven't responded to them all while I'm on the telly now, I'll take the opportunity to thank everybody for their best wishes. I really, really do appreciate it. And if I haven't responded, I send my apologies, but it would take a long, long time for me to respond to them all. So, yeah, the phone hasn't buzzed like that for a long, long time.
And finally, Sam, just how much are you looking forward to being stood on that touchline? You're in front of one dugout and Pep's in front of the other for the game this weekend.
Best place to be on a Saturday afternoon, and at the end, I hope we've looked forward to and seen, for the Leeds fans particularly, a massive response by the players.